before you dye your hair again, pause for a moment. Because what if some of those silver strands are not just a sign of aging? What if your hair is trying to send you a message from deep inside your body? Most people see gray hair and think, this is normal. It is just my age. And yes, aging plays a major role. But here is the part many people never hearing somikazes. When hair begins losing its natural pigment, the problem may not start in the mirror. It may start in your blood, it may start in your stomach, it may start in the tiny cells inside your hair follicles that need nutrients, oxygen, and protection from oxidative stress to keep doing their job. And after 60, one vitamin becomes especially important. A vitamin your body needs for healthy red blood cells, nerve protection, DNA repair, energy production, and possibly even the health of the pigment-producing cells that help give your hair its natural color. That vitamin is vitamin B12. Now, let me be very clear. Vitamin B12 is not a magic dye. It will not turn every white hair black overnight. But if your gray hair is connected to low B12, poor absorption, or nutritional imbalance, restoring healthy levels may help your body support pigmentation from the inside. And today, you will learn why this vitamin matters so much after 60, how it affects the body like a doctor would explain it, which foods can help, and the warning signs that your body may be running low. Stay until the end, because I will also show you the simple daily food strategy that may help support your hair, your energy, your brain, and your blood at the same time. 2. Topic 1. Why hair turns gray. The pigment story inside your follicles to understand gray hair. You have to picture something very small but very powerful. The hair follicle, deep under your skin. Each strand of hair grows from a tiny living structure. Inside that structure are cells called milk. These are the pigment-producing cells that create melanin, the natural color that gives hair its brown, black, blonde, or red tone. When melanocytes are active and protected, they supply pigment to the growing hair fiber. But as we age, these cells can become weaker. They can slow down. They can be damaged by oxidative stress, which is like internal rust caused by free radicals. And when pigment production drops, the new hair that grows out has less color. That is when gray or white strands begin to appear. Now imagine your hair follicle like a small factory, melanocytes. Other workers, melanin is the product. Blood vessels are the delivery trucks, nutrients are the raw materials, and oxygen is the energy supply. If the workers are tired, the deliveries are late, or the raw materials are missing, the factory produces less. This is where nutrition becomes so important. Your hair does not just need shampoo, it needs blood flow. It needs protein, it needs minerals like copper and iron. It needs antioxidants, and it needs certain vitamins that help cells divide, repair, and function properly. One of the most important is vitamin B12. A practical step for viewers over 60 is this. Do not only look at the hair, look at the whole body. If you have gray hair plus fatigue, numbness, poor memory, low energy, or balance problems, ask your healthcare provider whether checking B12 levels makes sense, because sometimes the hair is only the visible part of a deeper nutritional story. And the story becomes even more interesting when we look at what B12 actually does inside your body. 3. Topic 2. The one vitamin after 60. Why B12 becomes so important vitamin. B12 is not just another vitamin on a supplement label. It is one of the body's most important maintenance nutrients. Your body uses B12 to help make red blood cells, the cells that carry oxygen through your bloodstream. These red blood cells travel from your lungs to your brain, heart, muscles, skin, scalp, and hair follicles. Without enough B12, the blood may not carry oxygen as efficiently. And when oxygen delivery suffers, tissues that depend on constant nourishment can become weaker. Your hair follicles are among those tissues. B12 also helps your body make DNA. DNA is the instruction manual inside your cells. Every time your body creates new cells, including cells involved in skin, blood, and hair growth, it depends on healthy DNA activity. Now picture your scalp as a garden. The hair follicle is the root. The blood is the water. The nutrients are the minerals in the soil, and vitamin B12 is like a key that helps the garden keep producing healthy new growth. When B12 is low, that garden may still survive, but it may not thrive after 60. This becomes even more important because many people do not absorb B12 as well as they used to. The stomach produces acid that helps release B12 from food, but with age, stomach acid can decline. Some medications can also affect absorption. So a person may be eating B12-rich foods, but still not absorbing enough. This is one reason older adults can develop low B12 quietly. The body may whisper at first, a little fatigue, a little brain fog, a little tingling in the feet, a little weakness, a little mood change. Then the whispers become louder, and for some people, changes in hair pigmentation may be part of the larger pattern. Practical suggestion: include B12-rich foods regularly, especially if you eat animal foods. Good options include eggs, fish, sardines, salmon, tuna, dairy, yogurt, milk, cheese, lean meats, and fortified foods. For people who are vegetarian, vegan, or who rarely eat animal products, fortified foods or a doctor-approved supplement may be necessary. But there is one mistake many people make with B12, and it may keep them from seeing results. 4. Topic 3. The absorption problem. Why eating B12 is not always enough. Here is the hidden problem after 60. You can eat the right foods and still not absorb enough B12. This is why two people can eat the same breakfast, but one feels energized and the other feels exhausted. The difference is not always what enters the mouth. Sometimes it is what the body can actually absorb. Vitamin B12 has a complicated journey. First, it enters the stomach attached to proteins in food. Then, stomach acid helps separate it. After that, B12 connects with a special protein called intrinsic factor. This connection allows B12 to be absorbed later in the small intestine. If stomach acid is low, if digestion is weak, if intrinsic factor is not working well, or if certain medications are involved, B12 may pass through without being fully used. That means your plate may look healthy, but your cells may still be waiting. This matters because your scalp is not isolated from the rest of the body. Your hair follicle depends on the same bloodstream that feeds your brain, heart, liver, kidneys, and nerves. When B12 is low, the body prioritizes survival. It supports vital organs first. Hair color is not the body's emergency priority, so if nutrients are limited, the hair may be one of the first places where imbalance becomes visible. Think of it like a city during an energy shortage. The hospital gets power first. The police station gets power. The water system gets power. But the decorative lights in the park, they may go dark. Hair pigment can be like those decorative lights. Beautiful, visible, emotionally important, but not the body's first survival concern. Practical suggestion: if you are over 60 and suspect low B12, food is important, but testing is smarter. Ask your doctor about checking B12 levels, especially if you have fatigue, numbness, tingling, memory issues, balance problems, a history of stomach problems, or long-term use of certain medications. And now we need to talk about something most people never connect with gray hair: oxidative stress. Because gray hair is not only about missing pigment, it is also about cellular stress. 5. Topic for oxidative stress: the internal rust that can steal hair color inside your body. Every day, your cells produce energy, but when cells create energy, they also produce byproducts called free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage cells when they build up too much. This damage is called oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress like rust on metal. A little bit can be managed, but too much over too many years can weaken the structure. Your melanocytes, the pigment-producing cells in your hair follicles, are especially sensitive to oxidative stress. When these cells are damaged, they may lose their ability to produce melanin efficiently. That is why healthy aging is not just about covering gray hair. It is about protecting the cells behind the hair. Vitamin B12 plays a role in cellular health, blood health, and nervous system function. But it should not work alone. Your body needs a full team of nutrients. This is where food becomes powerful. Big. Dosy-rich foods help provide the vitamin itself, but colorful fruits and vegetables provide antioxidants that help defend against oxidative stress. So the best strategy is not only take one vitamin, the better strategy is support B, support blood flow, support antioxidant defense, and support the whole body environment where hair follicles live. For example, a breakfast that supports this idea might include eggs for B12 and protein, berries for antioxidants, an avocado for healthy fats. A lunch could include salmon or sardines with leafy greens, olive oil, and colorful vegetables. A dinner could include yogurt or kefir, or a lean protein source with vegetables rich in protective compounds. This is how a nutritionist thinks. Not one isolated miracle. A daily pattern that feeds the cells again and again. And here is the emotional truth. Many people spend years treating the outside of the hair while ignoring the inside of the body. They buy stronger dyes. They use more chemicals. They cover the symptom, but they never ask the deeper question, is my body missing something it needs? That question can change everything. And vitamin B12 may be one of the first nutrients worth investigating. 6. Topic 5. The best B12 foods after 60 and how to use them. Now let's make this practical. If you want to support healthy B12 levels through food, you need to know where B12 naturally comes from. Vitamin B12 is found mainly in animal-based foods. Some of the strongest food sources include clams, sardines, salmon, tuna, trout, eggs, milk, yogurt, cheese, beef, and organ meats like liver. But for many people over 60, the best options are not always the most extreme options. The best options are the ones you can actually eat consistently. Sardines are excellent because they provide B12, omega-3 fats, protein, vitamin D, and minerals. They also support the heart and may help reduce inflammation. Salmon is another powerful choice. It supports the brain, blood vessels, and skin while providing B12 and healthy fats. Eggs are simple and practical. They provide B12, choline, protein, and other nutrients that support cell structure. Greek yogurt or plain yogurt can be useful for people who tolerate dairy. It provides B12, protein, and probiotics that support gut health. And fortified foods can help people who do not eat animal products. Fortified nutritional yeast, fortified plant milks, and fortified cereals can provide B12. But labels matter. Always check the nutrition facts. Here is a simple daily strategy. At breakfast, you might have eggs with spinach and tomatoes. At lunch, salmon or sardines with salad and olive oil. As a snack, plain yogurt with berries. At dinner, a protein-rich meal with colorful vegetables. This pattern supports B12, protein, antioxidants, blood sugar balance, and healthy aging. But remember, if absorption is poor, food alone may not be enough. That is why people over 60 should not guess blindly. A blood test can reveal whether B12 is low, borderline, or normal. And if your doctor recommends supplementation, follow professional guidance. Some people may need oral B. Others with absorption problems may need a different form. The goal is not to chase a trend. The goal is to restore what the body is missing. And when the body gets what it has been missing, energy may improve. Nerve function may be supported. Blood health may improve. And in some deficiency-related cases, hair pigmentation may be better supported. But before we close, there is one important warning. Do not blame every gray hair on B. Genetics, aging, stress, smoking, inflammation, thyroid problems, autoimmune conditions, and other nutrient deficiencies can all play a role. So vitamin B12 is not the whole story. But for many people after 60, it may be a missing chapter. So before you dye your hair again, remember this. Gray hair is not always just a cosmetic issue. Sometimes it is a signal from the body. Your hair follicles depend on healthy blood, oxygen, nutrients, and pigment-producing cells. Vitamin B12 helps support red blood cells, nerve health, DNA function, and overall cellular maintenance. And when B12 is low, the body may begin showing signs in energy, memory, nerves, mood, and possibly even hair pigmentation. But the key is wisdom. Vitamin B12 is not a miracle dye. It will not reverse every gray hair. But if your body is deficient, correcting that deficiency may help your body function better from the inside out. So focus on B12-rich foods like eggs, sardines, salmon, tuna yogurt, dairy, lean meats, and fortified foods if needed. Support your follicles with antioxidant trick, fruits and vegetables. Protect your body from oxidative stress. And if you are over 60, especially if you feel tired, weak, foggy, or have numbness and tingling, talk to your doctor about checking your vitamin B12 level. Because sometimes the first step to looking younger is not found in a bottle of dye. It begins in the blood. It begins in the cells. It begins with giving your body what it has been asking for. If this video helped you, click the like button, subscribe to Healthy Fruits, and share this with someone who is worried about gray hair, low energy, or aging after 60. And tell me in the comments, have you ever checked your vitamin B12 level? Your answer may help someone else realize they are not alone. Thank you for watching, and remember, healthy aging starts from the inside.